sorry in advance for what's about to happen. To my... Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay. To my dearest thespians, I... Ah! Fuck! Okay. I cannot believe that I've basically resided in this auditorium for 6 years. From an... Ah! Okay. Okay, I have to move. Okay. From an awful alumni-directed play entitled Work Song to Shrek, Mamma Mia, Adams, Little Shop, Little Mermaid, Brothers Grimm, 9 to 5, Midsummer, Anything Goes, Beetlejuice, and Les Mis, I have made countless happy, sad, and transformative memories that have changed me forever. The dramatic difference between playing the Duke in my 2nd grade class to Peter Pan in Shrek, and finally an awful human being such as Toddy is incredible to say the least. I first joined this program because I wanted to try something I'd never done before. I tried sports such as soccer, swimming, gymnastics, tennis, and rowing, and activities like orchestra and chorus, but none of them compared to my love for theater. Theater is a combination of everything I love about humanity: unity, teamwork, passion, love, dedication, and authenticity. Before finding this program, I came to this school with a fractured identity and sense of purpose. My parents divorced in 7th grade, and I entered a new school where I had 0 close friends. And I wanted to find something that would help me discover myself, something that screamed me. Coming from across the Atlantic, I once didn't know English, so I made it my goal to learn how to express myself despite my shyness and lack of confidence. And that is why my greatest desire in relationships has always been deep connection and understanding. Because of that, I have sometimes found it difficult to maintain long-lasting and close friendships throughout this program and my life. I know that from the past, seniors are older and they probably would not mention me in their speeches or in the hallway, but I would sometimes feel left out during rehearsals or conversations, and because I've done this for so long, I felt disheartened by that fact. I kept asking myself, how many close friends have I actually made over these 6 years? And I would count, and it would result to like 1 or 0. And I wondered, whether I would be remembered. However, I have found peace within the chaos. Running lines and songs last minute, and all of us collectively stressing about whether our show would transform into something we had always wanted: a sanctuary for self-expression and a safe space for self-analysis. Every time I perform, I see a mirror that reflects my emotions through the lives of the characters I portray. Through the fractures, I see my heart. I have been told that I have a heart of gold, and even though gold shines brightly, gold also melts. I did not want anyone to know that inside my heart lay eternal confusion, fear, and loneliness. My own persona once convinced me that deep down I was helpless and nothing. I have always felt as if I was forced to mature faster than people my age because of my desire to be introspective and aware of my surroundings. I have always tried my best to be helpful, caring, and compassionate without expecting anything in return, and yet I sometimes feel like I'm judged for my mistakes and for expressing my true self. Even if I am destined to be cast into the fiery pits of the inferno because of who I love and who I am, I will aspire to be the best version of myself for my family, my friends, and the world. After all, I have had to let my heart melt a little more as time passes, because that's how the light gets in, and that's how you learn to become who you are meant to become. Through many successes and failures in theater and in life, I realized that I needed to shatter the facade, obscuring my individuality. by breaking the silence that had plagued me all my life. I began asking myself, who am I? What do I believe in? Am I happy with myself? Who do I love? By following my instincts, projecting monologues with conviction, and dancing without restraint, I overcame my fear of vulnerability. I forged ahead whenever fear of change, imperfection, or rejection tried to silence and stifle my voice. If there ever, 99% confidence interval that I will see you guys again. But if there ever comes a time when I do not see any of you, my final advice would be this. Take risks, find yourself, and be you. Because the greatest pain is not knowing who you are. I hope all of you find what your hearts most desire. Around this time last year, during Anything Goes, my heart finally opened up. I had never felt more free. For the first time, I felt catharsis. I felt invincible, and I felt worthy of love. And because of all of you, I have been changed for the better. I have finally obliterated the barricade that once surrounded my heart. I hope you all see me now and hear what I am not saying. I hope you all see me now, and my heart is finally full after sharing my passion and love for the arts, even with my imperfections. This is the only place where I feel no judgment, the place where I can express myself no matter how quiet, loud, or joyful I may be that day. I'm so happy that I'm finally closer to knowing who I am more than I ever have before. And because of all of these experiences, I hope that you guys do not take these moments for granted, for we are all here for a reason. I love you all so much, and I want to shout out some people. So, I don't know if y'all remember, but Natalia, Julian, Peyton, Kaylin, Robert, 8th grade theater. Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you guys? How could I ever forget? How could I forget? Do you remember when you were writing all those stories and we kept referencing Cupcake CPR song? And everybody was just dying on the ground laughing. We could not stop laughing. It was like one of the best days of my life, and I fell out of my chair. So Natalia, I have no words. It was in 9 to 5. It was amazing getting to dance with you. I remember before Shrek, you asked me whether or not I'm going to audition, and I said yes. And you were like, okay, I will as well. And you are just so beautiful inside and out. And every time you smile, it makes me smile. And you're amazing. Julian? No. No. It was amazing doing Anything Goes with you, and I loved playing Evelyn and being fruity with you on stage. It was my pleasure. And I hope that with teaching, I hope that you find a lot of happiness and refuge with that, for you have an amazing voice, and you are the embodiment of Frank Sinatra, quite frankly. You're incredible. Angie, I know that you just started doing theater, and the fact that you took time out of your day and out of everything else that's happening to do this just shows your character and shows who you are as a person. And I know you keep saying that you are not happy with your role and that you didn't think you wanted it, but you're perfect for the role. I mean, I Dreamed a Dream introduced me to musical theater, and so you embody that, and you're the only person in this cast who could have played that character because of Fantine's maturity, and you yourself are mature enough for this role, and you make such an impact on everyone's day. You're so kind, you care about everybody around you, and you're honest and you're authentic, which 99% of people are not. I'm gonna skip this one because that's not gonna happen right now. August and Lily. I'm gonna group you guys together. Smart. I am the girl who cannot be hurt. I loved playing your father. It was my pleasure. And, I never really received much love that I wanted from my own father. So the fact that uh, the fact that I loved doing this with you guys, and the fact that I loved being your wife, Lily, and I loved being your father, even though I don't care that you die, honest. I don't give a fuck about you in the show. I will always remember Super Mario Brothers last week and a half. You literally are a godsend. That literally revived me and every ounce of my heart. Okay, so and Lily, I genuinely, you are so enthusiastic about everything, and I'm so happy that you are doing this show and that you're going to continue because you are just amazing. And I know that that you will get what you want and desire. If I run out of time, I need to mention this. Tommy. So Tommy and Joe, you, for my god-awful fucking one act that I directed, y'all were the only two that came to the read-through. And that spoke volumes to me. Tommy, this was your first time being exposed to it, and you didn't even know me. And the fact that you decided to stay really shows your dedication, and it shows that you care, even though you may not fully understand something. And before you, I never really envisioned having a brother. But when I met you, I wanted a brother, and I wanted that brother to be you. Staying with you and Angie was just amazing, and we got closer so fast. I've never grown closer to people more in my entire life than you two. And Gabe, you are just so talented, and we're just amazing as Beetlejuice, and you're amazing as Javert, and we both want to major in psych, and I know that you're going to be an amazing psychiatrist or whatever you want to become, because you care so much, and you are so kind, and you don't have the capability of hurting a single soul. Ezra, I can't. You, during Brothers Grimm, you as Hansel and Adelia as Gretel, y'all, I was literally on the floor dying. I was crying. Okay, you literally almost falling off the stage that was just fucking amazing. Adelia, we started at the same time as well as Ezra, and the fact that you take all this time to make all these bracelets just shows that how much theater really matters to you. And similarly, Riley, little Riley, it was been my absolute pleasure to play Adam, and it was an absolute pleasure to block with you and Joe our netherworld scene and me getting possessed. That was so fun. And Joe, I loved playing your husband. I loved how we both had just such charisma together, and I loved the stage trip that I had with you and Tommy and Atlas. And Atlas, if it wasn't without you, we would not have the costumes that we have. You are a godsend to everybody here. The fact that you have all these costumes memorized, all these costumes like in place, and you're willing to help anyone who needs something or an emergency happens. You are always there, and I can't thank you enough, Atlas. And Jen, I thank you as well for helping me put up the girl who cannot be hurt. I thank you for being in a strange land with no fucking set. You didn't have to fucking be there, and yet you were still there. The dedication, no comment. Al, what the I can't. The when after the one act this year when we went to that fucking gas station, we were doing the finger thing, bitch, and we were doing the fucking bitch. We need to. That was just no comment. Okay. Peyton, Cass, Thunderbolts. When we went to watch that film, holy fuck. And Bucky came on screen. Yeah, that was everything. Wow. So, Cass, I want to thank you so much for including me in whatever project we have together, or including me at hangouts that we had like last year at your house. That was so fun. I thank you for just your enthusiasm for Easttown and Phantom and theater in general, and your set designs and everything. Holy fuck. Kaylin, I, I, I'm so sad that we are not in theater this year. We've been in every theater class together for the past 6 years, other than this year, and I'm so sad that we are not. But I've loved talking to you about Pokemon for so much time, and I've loved when you were the devil in that one scene that we did last year in theater. You know what I'm talking about. And then Robert, you're such a silly little guy. I like you. Just everything that you say, it's not thought of beforehand. And you can't help it, and I know that. And you know what? Never change, Robert. For you, there's only one, okay? There's only one Robert Santiago.